What's up, everybody? This is Pac-Man Jake. I'd like to apologize to you guys for this video being a little bit late. I had a few things to take care of, so I didn't really have a whole bunch of time to make my post-game video. And now that I am free to do this, I am now on. And here's some of the takeaways from the Packers' 31-13 win over the New York Giants at MetLife Stadium in the snow. Obviously, 31-13, score-wise, looks like a blowout. The Giants, however, made it a game. They certainly made it quite a bit of a game for Green Bay. They gave this team a run for its money. Obviously, that was due to Daniel Jones and his abilities to be able to extend the drives, and the defense certainly was on the field quite a bit of time as the Giants were able to run the football and be able to throw the ball a little bit as well and dominate the time of possession, which is why the Giants were able to make a game out of it, and in the process scoring a couple of field goals and a touchdown. So the 13 points all came off of long drives, but the defense, they certainly did their part. They were able to step up to the plate and be able to stop the Giants from being able to score touchdowns in the red zone again, and that has definitely been a huge part of our defense, is getting stops in the red zone. Saquon Barkley did not have an amazing game, but he actually did have a pretty decent game. He was able to find some holes and was able to break off a few big runs, and that was probably expected as we still continue to struggle to stop the run. But today was actually not a terrible day for our defense against the run, as we were able to limit Saquon Barkley, and he did not see the end zone. Daniel Jones finished the night 20 for 37 for 240 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 interceptions. And at times, when he had time in the pocket, he was able to make some throws down the field, and at times looked like he could have had his way with our defense until about the fourth quarter, when he threw 2 big interceptions to the Packers, and that obviously swung the momentum in the Packers' favor, and the team was able to capitalize by scoring on 2 of the 3 interceptions of Daniel Jones, and that was the deciding factor in this game. The 3 interceptions go to Kevin King, Tramon Williams, and Darnell Savage, with the first one being underthrown, and it landed into the hands of Kevin King, and we were able to score some points off that interception. The one to Darnell was a huge overthrow where he definitely missed a wide open Sterling Shepard, and the third and final interception. The second interception went to Tramon Williams, and then the third and final interception went to Darnell Savage. I just may have flip-flopped those, but correct me if I'm wrong. The Packers on offense were able to get back on track today, with Aaron Rodgers looking like his old self, completing 21 of 33 for 243 yards and 4 touchdowns, as the ground game again seemed to have been stuffed by the Giants' defensive line, all in part in thanks to the stout defensive line that they got in Dalvin Tomlinson, DeMarcus Lawrence, and the newly acquired, the guy that I wanted the Packers to make a trade for, and that is Leonard Williams, formerly of the New York Jets. So not much of a day from Aaron Jones, only 11 carries for 18 yards, and Jamal Williams got 10 carries for 41. So definitely the ground game was a pretty big reason as to why the offense at times looked out of rhythm, but Aaron Rodgers definitely came through and was able to throw some beautiful passes. Obviously the 2 touchdowns to start right out of the gates went right to Allen Lazard for a nice deep touchdown, and the first touchdown right out of the gates on the first drive going right to Davante Adams, as the offense made it look super easy, and it looked like the Packers were going to blow out the Giants. until after the second touchdown to Lazard. That's when things started to cool down a little bit. The Giants were able to settle in, figure out they stuffed the run. They made some adjustments on defense. However, the Packers' offense made necessary adjustments, and the passing game was pretty much unstoppable. The Packers certainly got better off on third down today, as the Packers were 1 of 15 on third downs against the 49ers. It certainly makes a difference when you can throw the football and when you have time in the pocket to throw, as opposed to getting so much pressure in your face and getting sacked all the time. I believe that Aaron Rodgers didn't even get sacked in this game. I also like to give a shout out to Brian Bulaga for being able to make a huge comeback and was able to play in this game. He was not at 100%, but he certainly did a really good job. He gutted it out, and that's why the offense was able to have a pretty good game, despite being a little bit flat at times. But some of that might have to do with just not being able to run the football. And there were some questionable decisions, like opting to throw the deep ball when you should just take the easy completion and just get the first down. But I do admire the aggressiveness of Aaron trying to be able to find some receivers deep down the field, as you should be aggressive and take some chances. But there are some times where you should be a little bit more conservative and just take the short passes and just complete some easy throws and just get first downs. The game balls go to 2 receivers and 1 player on defense. Obviously, the first one I'll give to Allen Lazard for catching 3 passes for 103 yards and the long 37-yard touchdown pass. The second one goes to Davante Adams for a solid game, 6 catches for 64 yards and the 2 touchdowns. And the third and final game ball, I think I will give to Zadarius Smith yet again for being able to create some consistent pressure, and was definitely a huge help in creating the turnovers for the defense. And that was why the Packers were able to win this game, was that because of the turnovers and capitalizing off the turnovers when needed. So that's going to do it for this video. I'll catch you guys later.